burrito and a chili relleno. We got ourselves some margs.
Always.
Time to feast.
What's up, guys? It's Friday and I have been having terrible anxiety all morning because if you guys watch the Sesh, which I'm assuming most of you watch the Sesh, you will know that like 6 months ago I had a ultrasound on my breast, my left breast, because I found a small lump in it. And so I had the ultrasound and it was a cyst, but they told me that I need to go back in 6 months because it's called a complicated cyst, which I think just means that there's like fluid in it, or like debris, I guess. So anyways, it's already been 6 months. I can't believe how fast the time has gone. I literally was there in October and now it's May 6th. So anyways, I just went back and had the exam and thankfully everything is good. It's about the same. It's actually I think like a tiny bit smaller, but otherwise it looks the same. It feels the same to me. So I'm so grateful because I was just freaking out about it just like in the past few days. It's just really scary when you notice something that's not normal for your body, you know what I mean? And I knew that like the chances of it being the same are pretty high because last time they told me, they were like, we don't want you to worry about the fact that you have to come back, like we're just doing this to be cautious. Like I expected it to be okay, but I still, you know, you still worry. So I'm really grateful, but the lady who did my exam was not very nice and made me feel kind of shitty, and I like cried about it after. Like the first time I went in, the lady was so nice. I wasn't like crying like the one 6 months ago, but I was definitely like kind of teary-eyed. My voice was cracking because I was just so anxious. And like right away, as soon as she put the little thingy on my boob, she was like, okay, so from what I can see, it's a cyst. And she was like, you know, obviously the radiologist has to confirm that and everything. She's like, but from what I can see, it looks like a cyst. It doesn't look anything too concerning. And it was just like really sweet and warm, and just, I think she could tell I was like having a rough time. And so then this time around, I wasn't quite as freaked out, but I was definitely like pretty nervous in the waiting room and stuff. And the lady was just like very cold. Like she walked me back and didn't really say anything. And then she was like, or I asked her, I was like, so last time I was here, the person who did it was able to like kind of tell me right away what she saw at least. And I was like, I was wondering if you could do that. And she was like, oh, I don't interpret the results. That's for the radiologist to do. And I was like I understand that because I get, obviously they are not allowed to be like, yeah, it's totally fine, or be like, no, it's not fine, because that's not their job. And for liability reasons, they can't like reassure you for that, because what if they end up being wrong? So like I completely understand that, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, people go in there and they're so anxious and like sitting on the table while they're just like typing away and typing in codes and stuff. Like you would think that it would be normal for them to at least, if it's okay, be like, hey, I'm just letting you know, from what I can see, it's nothing too concerning. So she was like, it's not my job, it's the doctor's job. And I was like, okay. I was like, no, I get that. I was like, but like, is there any way you could just tell me like if it looks the same or not from the last scan, or like if you see anything different? And she was like, well, we'll see what we see. And it was just very cold about it. She's like, get on the table. I was like, sorry, my voice started cracking. I was like, I just have really bad anxiety about this. And like, yeah. So anyways, I was like on the table and she's doing the ultrasound, and I could see on a different screen what I'm pretty sure was the picture from the first time around, the 6 months. So I pointed to it and I was like, is that the picture from the last time? And she was like, yep. And I was like, does it look the same to you as last time? And she was like, or I asked her, I was like, is it measuring the same? And she was like, I haven't measured it yet. And then in the exact same breath, like literally the exact same breath, was like, oh, it's measuring at blah, 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 and like gave me the measurements or whatever. And so I was just like, why are you to be so cold? Like I felt like I had to like pry information out of her, and it's fucking scary to just sit on the table while they're like typing in all these measurements and looking at the screen. I'm like, all these thoughts are going through your head, like, do they see something bad? Is it good? Like, and if it's, you know, nothing different, why wouldn't you just be like, hey, from what I see, it looks the same? So anyway, she finally was like, yeah, I don't see anything like super different about it. It looks pretty much the same, but let me go check with the radiologist. And she went back, gave the results to the radiologist, and came back. She's like, nothing to be of concern, but you'll come back in another 6 months. Because like I said, it's a complicated cyst, which I guess just means, she explained it to me because I asked her, I was like, well, what does that mean? And she was like, basically it means that there's like fluid in it / like there's like debris in it. And I guess she said that it's like that because it's an older cyst and it's been around for a while. So I guess that's why, but I'm just so grateful that it still looks good. But I was just really anxious about it, and now I'm so fucking tired. People with anxiety know that, like, obviously it takes a toll on you mentally, but also physically. Like, you just work yourself up. Like, I felt so nauseous, I felt like I was gonna throw up beforehand, and I have a really hard time regulating it in those types of situations. There's a hair. So now I'm really tired, but I need to get back to work. Anyways, I just wanted to update you guys because, yeah, I just felt like I wanted to talk to you guys about it and just remind you guys that it is really important to keep an eye on your body and notice when things are different to go in. And yeah. Oh, here's some bullshit though. So last time I went for the first time 6 months ago, I was on like private insurance and it was pretty bad, so they didn't even take my insurance, so I just paid out of pocket and it was like $115 or something. And then this time around I have good insurance. No, I have good insurance. Oh boy. No, it's okay, it's just a neighbor dog. Leave the neighbor dogs alone. Anyways, this time around I have pretty good insurance and I gave it to them. The insurance charged me more than self-pay, but I still did it through insurance because I'm trying to, you know, get to reach my deductible. But I was like, what kind of trash is this in America? My insurance was literally more than it was to self-pay. And I was about to do self-pay, but then it was only like $30 more to go through insurance. And again, I'm trying to go through insurance, but I just couldn't believe that. It was ridiculous. I was pissed, so. It's fucking bullshit that you have to pay so much money. And I get why people, like a lot of people can't afford that, to a few $100s to go get an exam. Like that's so much money every 6 months. So like I get why a lot of people just don't do that or can't do that or wait until it's like, you know, worse and then they have even a bigger issue to deal with. It's just so sad that here in America, this is the kind of stuff we have to deal with. And for a lot of people, it's not a reality that you can just go in and get checked. I wanted to show you guys my mom's dogs. They're here with me this week because my mom's in Vegas. This is Samson. He's the cutest boy ever. He wears a diaper because he's bad. Aren't you, baby boy? Hi, Boos. He's a cute Boosin. And this is Lila, or her real name's Delilah. She wears a diaper too because she's very bad anxiety and pee-pee sometimes. Oh, you littles. She was rescued from a puppy mill when she was 2, and she's very sweet and very cute. Hi, Delilah. If there's any Grateful Dead heads out there, you will know the meaning behind naming our dogs Samson and Delilah, and no, it has nothing to do with the Bible. She's a cute girl. Hi, Delilah. Hi, Sammy boy. Yeah, are you hanging out with me this week? Oh, he's a good boosh. He's a good boosh. And of course, this little Bichon is here. Little Bichon and little Titi. Miss Maggie. Hi, Boop. Mommy loves you, Boop. And the mosquito is with her dad. Your name is Jessie? This is at my friend Steph's birthday. I don't know what the hell this is. You guys, I have been violently hungover. It is 7:39 and up until an hour ago I could not keep anything down, including a sip of water, for more than 20 minutes. John feels like a champion and woke up feeling like a champion.
Yeah.
It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Like, how do you do it?
A lot of times drink a lot of water before bed, but...
Yeah, but that doesn't even help me. I like will chug liquid IVs before bed and it does nothing for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm lucky. I'm not really sure what the right answer is, but...
I am unlucky. But last night was really fun. It was my friend's birthday and we went out. But I feel like a literal asshole. So just eating for the first time today. We got this place called Kokoro. It's like this Japanese restaurant and it's so good. We've been going forever. John, how did you discover Kokoro again? Because you've been going forever.
I think it was one of my friends, young friends back from like middle school that showed me. But my dad knew about the place and that supposedly been going for years too, so I'm not really sure. One of the two.
It's so good.
But we've been going ever since. So.
Yeah, John and I are obsessed with it. We go like quite often. I mean, not super often, but it's good. I got it's called shrimp tempura splash. It has these little nests of vegetables that are fried, and then it also has shrimp tempura in this broth with noodles. It's very good. And John got a rice bowl with like chicken and steak and vegetables. So, and my camera doesn't focus on me. Perfect. Hello? Yeah, hi, it's me. Look at my cute babies. Eat a poop. You should look at this. Miss Maggie, my little titty. And Bichon. Cookie, where's the cook? Please leave me alone. I don't like being on camera. I only like my dad. I follow my dad around everywhere. Come here, you're okay. I know. Come here. Come here. You two are the cutest. You two love your daddy. I cook.
You're okay, I know.
Why do you love your dad so much, Cook? My dad is my favorite person in the entire world. You are my least favorite person. I only like my dad. I have this ongoing joke that Cookie hates me. I don't think she actually like hates me, but she just doesn't really like anyone but her dad. But I have this joke that she calls me an evil lady. I don't like evil lady. She is very evil. Even though I'm the one that brought her home and convinced John to let us keep her. And now she's obsessed with John and John's obsessed with her. So, always works out like that, right? Hello, people. It's been a few days since I vlogged anything. I don't know if this will be the start to a new vlog or if I'm gonna tag this along to the last one. But either way, what's up? Me and my baby Moch are hanging out. Hi, baby Moch. She's so pretty and so cute. Anyways, I just got home from work and took a shower. I always shower at like the evening or the night. And I'm gonna make some dinner. You guys said that you liked my little cooking segment last time, so I'm gonna do that again. The dinner bell with Janelle. And tonight I'm going to make some type of pasta. I don't really know exactly what it's gonna be. I just know kind of what ingredients I wanna put in it. And it's gonna involve like a pesto type of sauce. So I'm so hungry. I'm like literally starving. So I'm gonna get cooking on that pretty soon here. And I figured I would bring you guys along with me. Hi, Charlie. Oh, wow. Oh, all three of my babies. Okay, Charlie. Charlie, mommy's having a moment with another doggy right now. Charlie's very needy. No, see, you made your sister leave. What's that, Poop? Is that a camera? She's so cute and much poops. Charlie, you're too needy. All right, let's get cooking. Okay, so this is what I like to call, find whatever you have in your fridge, throw it in a pot and see what happens. I know I said I was gonna use pesto, but I lied because I actually have some arrabbiata and Alfredo sauce that I need to finish using. So I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna do some shallot. I have these 2 tomatoes that need to be used, mushrooms, impossible meat. Then I'm going to make a little side salad as well. I love arugula, and I'll probably just do like arugula parmesan and then make my dressing, which usually, unless it's Caesar salad, I just make my own dressing. It's really simple. I'll show you guys how to do it, and it's so good. And then I'm gonna do bow tie for the pasty. So yeah, let's go ahead and start chopping things up and see what happens. Oh, and of course garlic as well. I don't know how I forgot that, but I only have a few cloves left, so let's use it up. right, I've chopped everything up, threw the Impossible meat into the pan. Let's go ahead and have this brown up first. If you guys have never cooked with Impossible meat and you don't eat meat, I suggest trying it. This stuff cooks exactly like meat does, in my opinion, and it tastes extremely similar. The texture is really similar, the taste is similar, and I like how it cooks very similar to ground beef. They also make it in like burgers, meatballs, they have chicken, they have different types of sausage. It's a pretty cool company, and see, it browns up just like real meat. Okay, so now that this is starting to brown, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my shallot. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and toss in my mushrooms so that those can get nice and soft. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put in some Italian zest, Flavor God. If you guys have never tried Flavor God seasonings, I highly recommend. They are so good. I don't know what the hell this dude puts in them, but this stuff is so delicious. They have so many different kinds. I've got like 10 of them here. They're seriously so good. I cannot recommend them enough. And they have tons of different types of spices in each one. And they just make your food taste so good. This is not sponsored, or I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Holy shit though, if he ever sponsored me, I would die. All right, so these mushrooms are becoming fragrant and soft. They're changing their color a little bit, as you can see. And everything is coming together really nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw in my garlic. Remember, like I talked about, garlic goes in towards the end before you put any broths and stuff in there, because garlic burns very quickly. And you don't want it to burn because it will taste like crap. It smells really good, oh my god. And then I'm gonna go ahead and deglaze the pan with a little bit of red wine actually. If you guys aren't familiar with deglazing the pan, basically, do you see all these brown bits at the bottom here? When you put in some type of liquid, it actually loosens up those brown bits and brings them back into the dish. And those brown bits are very flavorful. So you can do this with any kind of liquid if you don't drink or anything like that. If you don't like to use alcohol in your food, you can do it with broth. I guess you could do it with water. I'd probably try and do it with something a little bit more flavorful. Cooking wine, broth, something like that. A little bit more. And see how it kind of is loosening up the stuff at the bottom here? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and throw my tomatoes in. The reason I put my tomatoes in last is because I kind of want them to be able to keep their shape somewhat and not get too mushy. And then I know I said I was gonna use arrabbiata sauce, but I just opened it and there's some mold growing in it. This is real life. Very classy here on Cooking or Dinner Bell with Janelle. So I said I'm using tomato basil, and I think that'll be really good actually. So we'll do some of that, and then also some of the Alfredo, because this is still good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and let this kind of simmer for a bit while I boil the pasta water and cook the noodles. Also, public service announcement. Always salt your water. Dun, 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 dun. Always salt your water, because this is what gives your noodles flavor before it goes in there. Otherwise, it's just plain ass noodles. And one thing a lot of people do is put oil in their pasta water. Do not do that. There's literally no use for it. Like, there's absolutely no use for it. Just salt your water and bring it to a boil. That's all you need. And don't be afraid to put a decent amount of salt in there. As you can see, it was a, hefty pour. Because also your pasta water is like gold. After you cook your pasta, the water becomes really starchy, and you put it in your sauce and it becomes very thick and creamy and kind of emulsifies. So always salt your water and don't throw it away afterwards. Okay, I literally just dropped my camera and I think it's okay. It's definitely not okay. The clip is nowhere to be found, but luckily it's not really that important. Continue on. I need to get a tripod. Anyways, moving on. So salt, pepper, and then last but not least, lemons. And then you can add balsamic vinegar as well. This is optional. I mean, all of it's in theory optional, but I think I might do that tonight. But it's so easy. So basically all you do is start off with some olive oil. I'm sorry I don't have measurements. I never have freaking measurements. Obviously it depends on how much you want to make. So, but I would say olive oil is the thing you need most of. That's your base. Then I'm gonna do a few squirts of Dijon. Not that much. Good amount of salt. Hip yeah. And I would do half a lemon. And then go ahead and just kind of whisk that up. This seems a little thin to me. I think it has that was a pretty big lemon, so I think it's gonna be pretty lemony. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of oil to this. Give her a little taste. Pretty good. I'm gonna do a little bit more mustard and a little bit more salt. That's good. I like mine very tangy. If you like yours less tangy, use more oil, less lemon, less Dijon mustard. If you like it more tangy, put more lemon, more mustard in it. And I'm gonna add just a touch of balsamic vinegar. Dang, that is really good, sorry. Okay, in the next vlog, I'm gonna get a tripod because this is ridiculous. Look at what you guys are sitting on. You're literally sitting on a cookie jar with tortillas on top. It's so jank around here. I gotta step up my game with the dinner bell with Janelle, okay? We are serious about this. Let's taste my pasta. No. I need another 5 minutes, I would say. My sauce is looking good though. She's just being cute and simmering. Okay, oh, sorry. I was watching Colleen's vlogs. So my pasta is pretty much done. So usually I would just put a little cup in the sink and pour the pasta, like water a little bit over that and then drain the rest. But because there's like a decent amount of sauce in here, I'm actually gonna pour like a little bit of the water, probably like up to this line or something, in here so that I can use like the rest of this and get the rest of it out. So I'm gonna put it in the sink, drain my pasta water, and then pour the pasta and the pasta water in the sauce. All right, pasta's in. Pour some of that pasta water in there. And then once you start mixing it up, the pasta water will actually kind of bind everything together and make it creamy and delicious. And that is my biggest trick, guys. Pasta water is seriously the best. I didn't cook with it for a long time, but now I will always use it in my pastas. And at first you might be like, oh, well, it's watering your sauce down. It's not. You just need to let your pasta chill for a few minutes and it'll kind of reabsorb and it'll make it really creamy. Like, listen to this pasta ASMR, people. Oh, looks bomb. All right, let's plate it. Just tell me when. All right, let's give her a try. Honestly, it's pretty bomb. You like it?
Yeah, this is really good.
It's like really creamy and
Flavorful. All the
yeah, really flavorful. That's why I don't even know how to describe it.
There you go.
Mushrooms are really good.
Hell yeah!